Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Super excited to be here with you. It sounds like it's going to get a little bit chilly this week, but you know, it's February 1st. We're like almost through the Iowa winter months, hopefully. And hopefully that groundhog will see its shadow and all that business will happen and spring will be right around the corner. I am looking forward to that. Today we have 3 national holidays to talk about. National Dark Chocolate Day. Yeah, I am not a lover of the dark chocolate. I don't know about you guys, but it's not really my thing. Probably because it's much healthier than the milk chocolate that I love. National Freedom Day and also National Get Up Day. So we're all up. I'm assuming that's what it's about, and you're watching the show. So you already have celebrated. You've already done that. You've accomplished that. So I want to start off the show by saying thank you to our sponsors. I know I do this every day, but without them, you know, it's not possible to have the show. So thank you so much to Hy-Vee, Market Grill, to Lutheran Living, Toyota of Muscatine, and CBI for sponsoring the show and giving us this platform for everybody to share some cool stuff about Muscatine and surrounding areas. Lutheran Living specifically sponsors this day in history. And so every day I go through and I find something that happened on this day in history. And actually on this day, the first U.S. adhesive postage stamp. So I was thinking about, gosh, it's fun to see these things and how they've affected our lives. Something so simple as a postage stamp that, you know, you just plop right on there, but it's something pretty cool, and we all send mail. It's fun to get mail, especially now, because you generally nowadays the only thing that comes in the mail are like bills and stuff. So when you get a cool thing like a card or a letter or something from a loved one, it's much more special, I feel like, because right now we just send texts and all that stuff. So today, to celebrate, I hope that you guys will all just maybe write a letter or send a card to somebody and slap one of those stamps on there and think about how on this day in history those were made. So we're going to go quick to the aisle cam and show you some Valentine's Day things. I told you I'm going to keep reminding you that Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and when we come back we'll have our special guest for the day. Atlanta is here to visit with us about her talent. Yep. All right. Hi. Hey. So super cool for you to drive down and visit with us. Chris P. told me about how talented you were and about the work that you're doing, specifically we've been talking about this fundraiser that's been going on for the pups and all of that, and then he said that you should definitely come on and we should feature you and all of your talents. So tell us a little bit about how you got started with art.
Sure. So art was probably inspired by my older sister. She was always very, very creative, and she had a big hand in raising me. So we always did things by hand. She'd always draw things out and let me trace them as I was like 3-4 years old.
Yeah.
And that just grew my love for art tremendously, and then I just took that with me into life.
Yeah.
But getting started doing what I specifically do with art, I help a lot of small businesses with my community, and I got started by that with working at restaurants. So when I was 16, 17, I'd work at a restaurant, and everyone always knew I really enjoyed drawing or making things pretty, so I would do their chalkboards, or I'd help them decorate for Christmas, and I got into window painting that way and doing mural art inside restaurants that way. And it just kind of spread by word of voice and social media. It's a good tool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So at a young age, you're already doing art like full time.
Yes.
That's so cool. I'm sure there are so many people out there probably watching that think, oh my gosh, to be able to use something you love, a hobby for most people, and be able to do that every day, how fun is that? And to be able to make a living off of it. So you were talking about your window art and stuff, and over Christmas, you did a ton of businesses actually, and kind of helped decorate your town for Christmas too, right?
Yes, so the Davenport Commerce got a hold of me for downtown, and they were looking for ways to kind of help spread the joy throughout the town, help lift people up because of the COVID this year. It's been really hard on everyone, especially businesses.
Yeah.
And so he offered the businesses downtown, what do you call it? Where the chamber pays.
Oh, like a complimentary, like.
Yeah, so he paid the business to use my services.
Very
cool.
So
a lot of people got a hold of me, and I just went and we did a lot of winter scenes, snowmen, Santa, and then some like advertising if they had any specials going on, like gift bags.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
It has been kind of a tough year, and the one thing this year that we specifically enjoyed is like you could still go out and enjoy the window art or the Christmas lights and things like that. So I'm sure that your art did definitely help some people kind of get into the holiday cheer. It was a little different this year. But so you have done not only the window art, but you've actually done murals inside restaurants, like on walls and stuff like that too, correct?
Yeah, so I've done a wide range where it comes to just like replicating their logo really large on a wall, or doing a really beautiful, like there's this place called Aircraft Grill next to the Moline Airport, and we did a giant replication of this pedigree painting.
Yeah, I think we have that one, don't we?
Yeah.
Maybe we can pull it up.
Just to add some culture to the establishment. And
it's amazing what artwork, whether it be like a mural on a wall or what they choose for decor, how that can like really make a difference in just how you feel when you're at a restaurant eating. Art does that in a big way. And so being able to create the big airplane one, but it's amazing what that can do to like your environment and how you feel while you're eating and stuff. So I talked to Chris P about this, like to have a huge canvas like that, is that intimidating, or was that intimidating for you at one time? Now it's just probably something you do and it's not that big a deal, but.
I feel at one time it was a little intimidating, but now I prefer the larger canvas compared to like trying to do a small little painting.
Yeah.
It's just more fun. You can be more expressive with your brush strokes, and
no big deal now, but so cool the things that you've done. And we have a bunch of other artwork that Atlanta has done that we can kind of scroll through as we continue to talk. Where's that one at?
This one is at the Rust Belt in the Quad Cities.
Very cool.
Toppling Goliath Brewery is pretty popular. They're Pseudo Sue, which is the dinosaur there. I took 3 of their beer labels and kind of collaged them together to create that piece. And
so
the brewery
cool.
itself sponsored it, so that was pretty awesome.
That is so cool. The Rust Belt is awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't been there, it's a super cool establishment, and I love how they really highlight local artists, not only the musicians, but obviously artists, and it's just a really cool vibe when you go there, and I really enjoyed seeing some concerts and stuff there.
Yeah, they also offer, there's a Mexican restaurant that's really cool. There's the street tacos that they had a different artist come in and paint the whole interior, which is just beautiful.
Very cool.
And then they have a brewery, a salon, coffee shop, Iron and Grain, that's expanding, and then the Airstream Architectural Firm, which they do all of they've played a big role in modernizing the Quad Cities and most of all of the new establishments and buildings. So. Very
cool. That whole area right there where the Rust Belt is, it seems like it's really starting to, I don't know, like we talk about our downtown all the time and like the revitalization, and I feel like that's kind of, that area is doing the same thing. Just kind of like sprucing up the buildings, and I think like it's coming alive again, sort of.
Yeah, Living Lanes and Water is moving in next door to the Rust Belt, and they have some really cool ideas to enhance that green space next to the Mississippi, which is going to be super exciting.
Yes, I love that. So tons of ways that you've used your art in the community, specifically with small businesses. That's kind of your thing, right? You enjoy working with small businesses. What's that about? Like, what inspired you to really, I guess, reach out to small businesses and help them out?
I don't know where it all rooted from, but I guess just because I'm a people person and I'm really friendly, and I make friends with business owners, and that's really helped me grow and stay consistent doing art. And people need art, and I try to make it very affordable. There's a lot of, I don't know, I feel like artists sometimes make things super expensive where people don't think it's tangible that they can do something like that in their business, and I try to find ways to make that affordable for them, and that way they can make their vision come to life, and I help them with that.
Yeah, specifically small businesses, it's hard for them, I'm sure, to like set aside a ton of money to do like, you know, like a mural on their wall or something. That's like, oh my gosh, you know, should as a small business, a lot of times it's, okay, do I do this really cool vision? It's gonna probably be a lot of money, or do I like pay this bill? I mean, seriously, like that's like the life of a small business owner.
If someone can't quite afford something, I offer like to barter.
Yeah.
Because if most of the time a business has some services that I use over time, so we'll do a bartering system and we'll just make it work.
Make it work out. It's super cool. Small businesses are just, like you said, I mean, they're normally the friendliest people ever. And so I always encourage people to go visit them and definitely keep your money local and visit those shops. And whether it's a coffee shop or a boutique or whatever, it's nice to support those people, especially because those are the people who are supporting local artists like you as well in return. So do you have any idea how many small businesses you've helped along the way and done like a painting at their establishment?
Oh boy, off the top of my head.
Like hundreds?
No, probably not hundreds. Probably like in between like 50 to 80.
Yeah.
And I've done some on the West Coast too, which was pretty cool. And I spent some time living out there, so it's just kind of neat to be a little all over the place.
Yes. So you do this full time. What do you spend the majority of your time, like what do people normally hire you for? Like wall murals, or is it mostly window art?
So window art is the seasonal, definitely around specific holidays. That's really popular. So I try to block off my schedule for those. Yeah. And then throughout the rest of the year, I do a lot of just like today and tomorrow I'm going into a little boutique, and we're gonna enhance and do some like sunflowers in a barn, and then do one of their logos and just kind of accentuate their wall space. And I do a lot of that. I also do like faux painting on walls to kind of give them like wallpaper texture looks with sponge painting or feather painting, just to kind of stay busy. And I do a lot of commissions, so dog portraits, which is why I'm here for the cause. And then just landscapes or anything anyone needs portraits. Just have fun. You were talking specifically before you went on about at the Rust Belt, and I know that they're not doing live shows right now, correct? Yeah.
But when they do live shows, you actually do live painting as well.
Sure, yeah.
What's that about?
That went over my head. I forgot about that.
That's okay.
They've been shut down with the COVID. But so whenever they have like a larger scale concert, or even the smaller ones, I'll go in and just set my easel up right before the show starts, and then I'll paint during the duration of the show. And I have a silent auction little sheet where people can sign up, and if they like the painting I'm doing, they can sign up and join the silent auction. Cool. And then by the end of the show, I finish it right at the end, or I make sure I do, and then they come up and they're like, oh, did I win? Because usually they're pretty intrigued, and the one I sold the most was for $700. My sister, she is actually a Muscatine native. Her name's Monica Austin. She got to play with Wyona Judd. She opened up for Wyona. And so I got to do a live painting, which was really awesome because my sister's on stage. I'm live painting and performing. We're both performing. And that one sold for $700, which was super cool. That was probably the most I made off one. And then I usually average $150 to $500 for a painting in a night, which is substantial to my income for art. Yes.
Monica, I love Monica. P.S. She's so talented as well.
Yeah, so that's my sister who inspired.
It's crazy how that, and I've talked about this with other artists, how like it kind of like is this thing that people grow up in, and then all of a sudden, even if like for you it's more like drawing and stuff, but she is an artist as well, and a beautiful singer and songwriter, and it's crazy how families sometimes, I don't know, like the talent just like grows within the family, and it's pretty cool stuff. But so yes, love Monica, and I told her she needs to come on the show and sing for us. Got to get her on here. Monica, if you're watching, you better be watching. You need to come on too. Do a little duo. She can draw while you sing us some beautiful songs.
We totally could do that.
That would be so cool. We need to do that. So what's up next? I know you're doing the mural today. Do you have anything, other big things coming up around the corner that you want to tell us about so we can look for it?
Yeah, so, big things.
I mean, everything's a big thing.
Sure. The biggest things coming up for this year, I have a mural I'm doing downtown East Moline as part of like that growth of that downtown East Moline area. There's a old historical bar called the Palace, and the investor, the guy Larry Anderson, who kind of promoted all the growth downtown East Moline, he's refurbishing this bar and making it a restaurant, and he's going to put like a really cool beer garden with a stage, and I'm doing a giant mural on that back wall. So when the weather warms up in March, I'm tackling that project first day, and that's pretty cool.
And that'll be on the outside of the building or the inside?
So it'll be on the outside.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I talked to Chris P about this because he does some murals and stuff downtown, which actually, while I'm on that subject, we've talked about this before, but he's got an art show coming up, Beyond a Sunny Day, A Place for Hope. And that's going to be starting on the 9th, which is like right around the corner. I can't believe it's already February. But also, they're doing a Paint the Pearl project, and people can make donations to kind of continuing that art that's happening downtown and the murals that you see. So you can support that by making donations through the Chamber of Commerce. Just let them know that you want to kind of sponsor Paint the Pearl, and you can make a donation of your own right at the Chamber downtown and kind of help continue that revitalization that we're seeing in our own downtown, because it's so cool. Like, it just brightens up the town. It's amazing.
It's cool to see your town like just be brought back to life.
Yes, for sure. So what, out of all of the paintings that you've done, what do you think is like your favorite?
Oh
boy, that's a hard question, probably. Or maybe of the recent ones, maybe one that we have that you sent us. What would be one of your favorites out of that?
Sure.
I'm putting her on the spot, folks. It's a hard question. It is a hard question because you probably like them all, but
yeah, I try to put my
maybe something that like
heart into everything I do.
Maybe something that like took you out of your box that you normally, I don't know, like I as an artist, I guess you don't really have a box as much, but
no. How about he brings some up and
let's do it. Yeah, let's scroll through some of the
and then I can maybe
art.
Pick one.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has.
Put it on the spot. You don't have to choose if you don't want, but let's scroll through some of her artwork so that you guys can enjoy some of that. Well, we can kind of talk as we go through them. Where's that one at?
So this was a commission I did for a lady. I actually met her at the Rust Belt. She was at one of the shows, and she came up and she's like, "Hey, do you think you do some commissions for my husband and I?" And I was like, "Sure." And she wanted this piece for a raffle. So she commissioned me to do this for a raffle for a girl with cancer, and they raffled it off at her event.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. What else do we got? Ooh, this one's interesting.
Yeah, this is a progress photo of a live painting at the Rust Belt. The musicians were the Cerny brothers, which are local musicians from Sherrard, Illinois, but they've made it big. They're on the Rolling Stones, and I think they're out in LA or something. Yeah, they put on a wonderful show.
Very cool. Aww.
This is a dog portrait my friend wanted. She just wanted something a little extra.
Yeah.
I kind of like giving it like a trippy feel.
Yeah.
It makes it really intriguing.
Yes, that's very cool.
Yeah. And this is the same thing. Another friend saw that previous painting. They're like, "Oh, I want something like that."
Too. That's kind of how it works, right? It just kind of like one person gets something and then they're like, oh my gosh, I need that.
Yeah, this is a large outdoor mural down on River Drive, downtown Davenport. They're at the Stompbox Brewery. This is a kitchen going in within the brewery. I did this one actually mid-December, so it was pretty recent. That one was a lot of fun.
Very cool.
This piece is out in California, in Lompoc, California. It's at a winery called Montemar. The owner, he actually just passed away during the COVID. I think he passed from the COVID, but he was a huge Grateful Dead fan. So he had me do 3 of his favorite Grateful Dead albums on his grape harvest bins. So those bins go out to the vineyards for them to pick grapes on.
Ah, very cool.
Confidence to work with business owners because I saw out west what other artists were kind of doing in their community, and that showed me and enlightened me of what I can do within my community to help. So that
very cool. And it's fun to just explore other places and get ideas and the culture difference just from town to town. It's crazy. And yes, you're right. In your 20s, it's like, do it while you can, while you're young, and you can go explore and I guess kind of find yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And home's always here.
Yes, it is. It's true. So the reason, obviously, that I came across you and wanted you to come on the show, not only for your talents, but because of the fundraiser that you're helping out with. How did you get involved with the Pause fundraiser?
Yeah, so I make connections on Facebook all the time with local artists, and there's this really great artist. His name's Dusty Scott. He's out of Cedar Falls, Iowa, I think. He messaged me and sent me the info from Pause because he's friends with Megan, and he said there's a call for artists, and he was just like, hey, I don't know if you have time for this, but they're looking for artists if you want something extra to do. It's winter time, so I was like, heck yeah, I'm interested. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I have a little bit more free time right now than I normally do, so might as well help a good cause.
Yes, that's so cool. I don't know if we have this one, but this one is super cool that you did.
I actually drew this yesterday. Took about like 20 to 30 minutes.
Stop it. It took you 20 minutes to do that?
Yeah.
Stop.
Is this the right way? No, this is the right way.
There you go. Oh, there. Seriously, that would take me days to try to figure out how to do that, and that still would be not good.
Yeah, so that's why I do the light painting, because I'm fast. But chalk, this is like chalk pastel, dry pastel, and I've done so many of these types of works with this medium.
I love the chalk pastel. It just like really brings the paintings to life. I don't know, the textures that you guys can do with them is just like super amazing. That somebody's going to be super stoked about that.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure of it. So if you want to support that fundraiser, I think it's still going on. And like she said, local artists have basically just said, sure, I want to help a good cause. And so they're drawing pets. And you make that donation to Pause, and then you get a cool little mural of your pet. It's super cool. And it's fun to see the differences and the different styles of each artist and how they kind of portray the pets. And I don't know, it's been very cool to see some of those come out. So make sure you check out that fundraiser. And how do people get a hold of you if they want you to do art for them? What's the best way?
So I have an art page on Facebook at Lancedon Art, and usually people will just send me a message on there, or I have my phone number available and I'll get calls or texts.
Sure.
I also have a website for like a gallery to view.
Sure.
And they'll go check out my site, and they'll like, oh, okay, her art is what I'm looking for. And then they contact me in the various ways I have to contact, email, phone, or message.
So one more question. What is, as an artist, when you're working for other people, like specifically businesses and stuff, do you ever have a hard time like kind of getting out of your own style and kind of getting what somebody else wants, you know, like to really, I guess, or maybe they pick you because of your style.
Sure.
But you know what I mean?
So I feel like I've kept myself pretty versatile in my art.
Yeah.
I don't have like one specific set in stone style that every piece kind of portrays. I have a really good knack at like
Portraying what they want.
Yeah, portraying what they want, or editing the way I do things to make their vision come to life.
Mm-hmm.
And probably one of the best compliments I always get from my clients is like, "Oh my God, this is so much better than I expected it to be," and I get that all the time.
That's
so
awesome.
That makes my heart smile.
Yes, of course. You're so talented, and it's so amazing that you are doing what you love. And I mean, I think sometimes it's, like I said before, I think some people just don't have the courage to maybe go out and just truly do what they love. And so kudos to you for having that courage to like put yourself out there and do something you love, and you're super talented at it. Holy cow, I wish I could have like just a little bit of your skills. My daughter's been sketching. She wanted a sketch pad, and so she started like drawing. She's 10. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even, like, there's no way I could draw that. So
Yeah.
she's already better than me. But it's just cool to see people's talents, and I hope that you continue to just make an awesome living at doing what you love, because, I mean, there just really isn't any better thing than that. So congratulations for that. I am excited to continue to see your work. Hopefully soon the Rust Belt will be doing live music again, and things will kind of go back to normal, if you will, and we'll see her out and about. And hopefully people in our community, even in Muscatine, will reach out after seeing this and have you doing some things locally too. That's super cool.
So there is one place that Echo Burger Law Firm.
Eichelberger.
Yes.
Yes.
So me and Monica, I painted one of the rooms inside for their daughter.
Oh, very
and
cool.
so I have a whole room that's a mural, and then Monica did one a couple weeks ago with her sons, and so we both have like a room in that law firm, which is pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yes, I love that family so much. Which, yeah, it's crazy, small world, but a very cool business and family. So we'll have to go check that out. You don't have any pictures of that you sent, did you?
I think there's one. It's like a red brick room. Chris knows it.
Chris knows which one it is. So this one's actually local in Muscatine, but the majority of your paintings, I guess, that they could see are in the Quad Cities.
Yep, mostly.
Yep. Oh crap.
It's okay.
That's all right. We can post it in the comments maybe, but something local. But if you're interested in having her come and do some art for you, or maybe whether it's small or large, any size project, you can get a hold of her on Facebook and find all of the information there. What's your website?
www.atlantadawn.art.
Awesome. We'll put that in the comments too, so you have a direct link to get to that. But thank you so much for coming and what
was the site?
Oh, www.atlantadawn. Yes. .art.
We're gonna pull it up, folks. Very cool. It's coming. We'll show everybody. But yeah, I hope that from this, not only does the Pause fundraiser get more attention, but also you as an artist, and maybe you can do some local Muscatine stuff, because I think it's just so cool. There it is. Oh, there's the Winona one.
Yeah.
So that's her sister, Monica Austin is her sister. That was so cool. I was at that show. It was so cool to see her
So
up
go
there.
up to like click on windows up at the top. And so here's like a whole variety of some of the windows I just did this past December.
So cool.
Kind of like just an old traditional art I'm trying to bring back to life.
Yes.
It's
I love
easy
that
to do.
Santa Claus. So cool.
Yeah. It'd be very cool to get more artists just doing window painting, because so much fun as a seasonal thing.
Yeah. Chris did one at the First National Bank downtown, and I think it's still up. And it's amazing how much life it brought. And it was actually all white. It was like a snow scene. And even that, it's just like, it's so cool to see that. And they're blank canvases that you can just do over and over and over again into something else. Very cool. Very, very cool. So make sure you get a hold of her and reach out when you can to local artists to do. If you have a business and you're doing that logo on the wall, you know, instead of ordering some sticker to put up there,
the sticker,
you know?
So often the sticker peels back all the time, so they call me and I go in and fix that. I make it a permanent thing.
Yes, so just do it the first time, guys, and reach out to a local artist like Atlanta and give them some work, a little bit of love, and have something that's probably going to last a lot longer and be way cooler than any sticker that you could possibly order, for sure. So thank you so much for coming down, and good luck on all of your future art, the thing that you're going to work on today. Gosh, it's so cool that you're doing that. I mean, for your job, that's so cool. I can't get over it. So I am so glad that you guys joined us today. We're gonna go quick back to the aisle cam, and then I'll close up the show with you guys all. Thank you so much for joining. We'll be right back.
Sweet.
All right, everyone. So I wanted to talk quickly, since we were talking about animals, it reminded me that I hope that you guys all check out in the Discover Muscatine paper or online. Kent actually sponsors every week the Mission Possible, and we feature 2 pets every week that need to be adopted from our local shelter here in town, and it's so cool to see those pets get new homes and get the love that they deserve. So I hope that you guys will all check that out in the Discover Muscatine newspaper this week. There also is a small list of items that our local animal shelter needs, just to keep doing what they do. So we always include that and update any supplies that they might be needing at that point in time. So thank you so much to Kent for sponsoring that in the paper every week. I also, before we go, want to talk a little bit about this cool poster that's behind me, because Hy-Vee is doing something pretty cool, and you can be entered to have a Valentine's Day giveaway. I mean, seriously, the Michael Kors purse. Everybody wants one of those. Well, maybe not everyone, but most people. Roses, chocolate-covered strawberries. The guys are saying they don't really want the Michael Kors, but I'm sure someone that they know might want the Michael Kors. So I've got your back, ladies. But from the 25th, January 25th through the 3rd, so a few days here today and a couple more to be entered. And you just, every time that you purchase from the floral department, you'll get a chance to win. So you will want to take part in that, and you should all be going to the floral department to make purchases, because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I'm not looking at anyone specific, but there are some gentlemen here that I'm trying to also remind, so you're welcome, ladies. They're shaking their heads, they're getting the hint. Sometimes I have to really just like slap them in the face with it, but I've got your back. There's tons of great items here at Hy-Vee that you can do with that. Check out those roses. Seriously, so gorgeous. And you'll want to get in on some of those early bird specials that the floral department has for you. Thank you again to our sponsors. Toyota of Muscatine, definitely Lutheran Living for This Day in History every day, CBI, and of course Hy-Vee Market Grill Express Studios. Thank you so much for joining. If you have a talent and you will come on and share it with us all, please give us, you can either comment on today's show or send us a Facebook message or email me, Ashley@pearlcitymedia.com, and I would love to have you on the show and feature your amazing talents as well. So reach out and support your local artists and support your local businesses. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's February 1st. Holy cow. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
TJ Deere here at Toyota Muscatine, and this is what it feels like to have a brand new Toyota.
It's the new car smell.
It's the new stories.
It's the new adventure. It's the memories.
Come and see us for your 2020 Toyota.